morning. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you.
No, it's all right. I'm jumpy this morning. I didn't get much sleep last night.
Morning.
Morning.
You had another rough night last night. The talk with Jessica Griffin really upset you, didn't it? Look, Angel, you know how much I want you to testify when the trial starts today. But if you absolutely feel that you can't, then you don't have to. But it makes it that much more important for you to help us convince Barkley that he has to.
If we can find him. You know, Jay and Stephen won't tell anybody what private hospital that he is in. And we can't force them to tell us.
True, but if Angel asks them, they have to tell her, right? They can't withhold information about her own brother from her. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll call them at the Lakeview. I'll put you on the phone. Ask them if they know where Barkley's staying because you want to go visit him, okay?
I don't think I can do that, Holden.
You have to, Angel.
It'll be okay. It'll be all right.
How can I talk to them? They grew up thinking that I'm the one who's sick. They just want to put me away somewhere like they've done with Barkley.
Stephen. Hi, it's Holden Snyder. Look, wait, don't hang up. Angel's here, and she wants to talk to you.
Good morning.
I hope you both slept well, Senor Tonio.
Yes, very well, thank you. Sabrina is in the bath.
You remember my wife?
Yes, of course. It's good to see you again, Gracia.
Oh, no, the pleasure is mine, Senor. To have such a hero of the revolution as our guest, it is truly an honor.
Well, thank you. Carlos? Carlos, do you still have that radio telephone?
Si, in the storage room of our house. I'm afraid it is not very reliable, but you're welcome to try and use it.
No, I have no need for it. I would appreciate it if you wouldn't tell Sabrina that there is a phone. You see, I've told her that we're cut off from the outside world. It's much more romantic that way. Thank you. Sabrina, I'd like you to meet Carlos's wife, Gracia.
How do you do?
Oh, it is a pleasure to meet you, Senorita.
Oh, thank you.
You didn't have to bring us breakfast. We would have been happy to come to the main house.
Well, that was my idea. I thought it would be nice to have breakfast for just the two of us.
Oh. We will leave you alone. If there's anything you need, do not hesitate to ask.
All right.
Thank you.
I hope you don't mind. I just wasn't ready to share you with the world.
Of course I don't mind, silly. And after breakfast, we can go to Cartagena, and you can see your friend, and I can phone my parents. What's the matter?
Well, it's just that my family's plantation is very nearby, and I was hoping that we could go there first before we go to Cartagena. Is that all right?
Well, I'm only teasing. Of course, you know how much I want to see the place where you were born and grew up.
Thank you.
My phone call can wait.
Is it coming up?
It's still below 60, Doctor.
I wish I could go in there and help.
I'll see if I can.
Barry, what's going on?
I don't know, but I'm gonna find out.
Systolic pressure has dropped below 60.
Is it his fluid levels?
Yes, I think it is. I'm going to open up these IVs.
I'll give you a hand.
Good. We don't have much time to turn this thing around.
Then why did you run away from him?
I didn't run away, Stephen. Holden was there. We had things to discuss. Now, I understand that you and Jay have checked Barkley into a private hospital.
That's right. Listen, we had no choice, Angel. Barkley was drinking so much that he was hallucinating. We had to check him in for his own good.
I'm sure you did. I'm just so worried about him. I'd like to go out and visit him, maybe cheer him up. So if you could tell me the name of the hospital. Is it here in Oakdale?
I'll tell you what. You tell me where you are, and then Jay and I will come around and pick you up, and we'll go to the hospital together.
No, that's really not necessary. I know you have things to do with the trial starting and all. If you could just tell me.
I'm not going to tell you the name of the hospital, Angel. Not until I can see you and know that you're really all right.
He wants to know where I am. He won't tell me the name of the hospital unless he can see me.
Okay, then tell them you're here. Tell them they can come out here if they want.
Angel, you don't have to be alone with him if you don't want to be.
Stephen, I'm staying at the Snyder farm.
After what Caleb did to Dad? She's staying with the Snyders. Let me talk to her.
Angel, the only way we'll come out there is if you give us your word we won't have to see Holden.
The only way they'll come out here is if they don't have to see you. I can't handle this.
Look, you don't have to see me. I'll wait outside. Yeah, well, I don't trust you either, pal. Fine. They're gonna be here in a half an hour.
Oh, I don't want to be alone with them. Please,
You won't
Holden.
be. Look, I'll wait outside. Ivor can stay in here with you,
Yes,
okay?
of course. Hello? Oh, hi, Jessica. Yeah, well, everything's okay. Angel's brothers are on their way out here in a little while, and hopefully they will tell us where Barkley is.
Wow, that's the first good news I've had this morning. Listen, once you find out, will you give me a call? I'll be here at Memorial for about an hour, and then I'll be at the courthouse. My secretary will know how to reach me. And Ivor, please impress upon Angel the importance of her testifying. Thanks. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Hey.
Hi, I just stopped by to see how Bob was doing.
Well, I went outside for a few minutes to say goodbye to Tom and Mac, but when I left ICU,
I have to get dressed.
Don't put on anything fancy. As I told you, my family's plantation has been overrun by the jungle.
Well, I want to look nice when we go to Cartagena.
Well, we can stop back here and you can change before we go to Cartagena. You see, they're in opposite directions from each other.
Oh. Don't you want to go to Cartagena first to see your friend?
No, I think this is the best plan.
Darling, ever since we got here, you've seemed troubled by something. And I think it's more than just to do with your friend. I wish you'd tell me what it is.
Well, it's just that I'm in the country I grew up in, risked my life for, and I feel like an outsider.
Oh, but you're not, my love. You're a hero. It's obvious that Collis and his wife fairly worship you. I mustn't forget to ring Sierra and Craig when we get to a telephone.
Sabrina, I really don't think that's a good idea.
Why, I know there's still hard feelings between you and Sierra, but she's such a good friend of Franny's that I think it would be rude not to.
You have such impeccable manners.
Well, if I'm going to marry a national hero, I'd better, hadn't I? I'll be right back.
She must never find out.
Plantation right outside Cartagena. Listen, tell Jessica not to worry. I'm not going to do anything stupid.
Glad to hear it.
And, give Jessica my best. Thanks, Greg. Good luck in court today. Bye.
Where's Sierra?
Upstairs with Bryant. I wonder what's keeping Craig.
I don't know, but I hope he gets some information from his government contacts. Any lead at this point would be of some help. That was Jessica's assistant I was talking to. He says Bob Hughes is still in critical condition, thanks to Reyes.
Duncan. Now, I know we got to try and get Sabrina away from him, but if she's so in love with this guy, what's to say she's going to want to come with us?
I guarantee you, once she finds out that Tonio shot her father, any love that she has for him is going to turn into hatred that's even stronger. What really worries me is if Tonio finds out she knows the truth about her father, he may decide it's easier to eliminate her. So we have to find their hideout, and we don't have a second to lose.
Used to be my mother's flower garden. It was so beautiful. Look at it now. Sometimes I'm grateful my parents didn't live to see this.
We'll make it beautiful again, I promise you.
Beyond that stand of trees is the most beautiful beach in Montega. spent hours there when I was a boy. I had such dreams. And then the revolution came. If it hadn't, my parents would still be alive. I wouldn't have been forced into exile, and I wouldn't have traveled across that ocean. But then I wouldn't have met you, would I? It's very important to me that you understand how much I love you.
I do understand, Tony.
My great-grandfather cleared that land. Then he sent away to Spain for his bride, my great-grandmother. If we live here someday, and if we have children, we will be the 5th generation of Reyes here on this property.
We most certainly will have children. If you don't object, I plan to have a whole army of them.
I have no objections.
You see, you're not the only one who has dreams. And together we can make them all come true. But we really must get going. I know you're anxious to see Ramon, and if my parents don't hear from me soon, they're going to get terribly worried. But we'll be back. Let's go.
You say or threaten you, okay?
There are cars pulling in.
I'll be outside.
No, Holden, wait. What if they ask me about Daddy?
I don't think they will, but if they do, tell them the truth. Be strong, okay? Angel's in the kitchen, waiting. I'll be out in the barn, waiting.
I suppose Lily Walsh is out there waiting.
Don't you dare say or do anything to threaten her. You got it?
We don't take any warnings from Snyders.
Yeah, well, just remember it all the same. You got it?
Holden said you'd be alone.
No, he didn't. He said he wouldn't be here. And Iva is a friend of mine. I asked her to stay.
Angel, it's nice to see you.
Yeah, it really is. We still don't understand why you ran away.
Well, that's all in the past, and I'd really rather just forget about it.
Well, Angel, it's just not right you staying in the same house as the man who murdered our father. No, we just wish that you'd come back to the hotel and stay with us.
I'm staying here. And that's all there is to it. I really don't want to discuss it anymore. Now, I'd like to know where Barkley is. I want to visit him.
Angel, Barkley is in a pretty bad way right now, and I know you're feeling pretty shaky yourself. I'm not trying to discourage you from seeing him, but we really do think that you should come along with us.
No, I want to go see him alone. You have to tell me where he is. He's my brother. I have a right to know. If you won't tell me, I'll go to the police, and they'll make you tell me.
All right. Barkley is in a private hospital just outside of Oakdale. It's a place that specializes in treatment of addictions. It's run by a doctor named Henry Matthews.
Susan.
How's Bob?
His systolic's back up to 120, and he's stabilized.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Listen, there's something that I would like to talk to you about. It's something I've been thinking about. I feel guilty.
I'm a doctor, not a priest.
Come on, Larry.
What is it?
You're gonna think I'm a real jerk.
What?
Well, you know, right up until the moment that Bob moved back in with Kim, I was really hoping that there was a chance for us.
I know.
You know? Huh. I guess I'm Even more transparent than I thought I was. Anyway, when that call came in ER yesterday, you know, the moment I knew that Bob was in danger, all I could think of was, please, God, let him be all right. I don't care whether he's with Kim. I don't care if he's with me. Just let him be all right.
Hi. Sorry to interrupt. Larry, I just wanted to come by and tell you how great you were with my dad earlier. I really appreciated it.
It's just my job. And my privilege.
Thanks.
You want a cup of coffee or something?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Would you like something?
No, thanks. Franny, listen, I've been trying to stay out of ICU because I know that my being there makes Kim and everybody very uncomfortable. But if you could do me a favor.
And keep you posted as to how Daddy's doing?
Yes.
Susan, I should tell you, I overheard what you were saying to Larry just now, and, well, I just want you to know, if there's anything I can do to help at all, I will.
Thank you. Thanks.
Sorry, I gave you such a scare.
Oh, honey, please don't try to talk. You're not strong enough yet.
You know, I'm afraid as long as you're here, he's going to try to speak. Now might be a good time to let Bob get some rest. I'll keep you informed of what's going on.
Sweetie, I'll be outside, okay?
No. What about Chris? Does he know?
No, not yet. I wanted to wait until I could go home and tell him myself. Maybe this afternoon sometime. Now listen, get some rest and I will be right outside. John says the best thing for him to do now is to rest.
I think the same thing could be said for you, Kim.
Ralph is right, dear. Why don't you go on home, Kim?
I will. Later. Mauro tells me that Duncan has gone down to Montega to try to find Sabrina and Tonio.
Yes, he has.
I'm so grateful to him for doing that. Ever since we found Bob, all I've been able to focus on is him. I'm terrified for Sabrina, too. Thinking of her thousands of miles away. With that murderer.
Senora Montez.
Hey, senorita. Where is Senor Reyes?
He's in our room. I was wondering if we could borrow a thermos for the Jeep ride in case we get thirsty. Is this a telephone?
Oh, see. But it does not work very good.
So it doesn't make international calls?
No, only Montega.
Really? May I try it?
See? It's the operator.
Gracias. Operator, hable usted inglés? Wonderful. Listen, I'm trying to reach the Esteban plantation. It's owned by Craig and Sierra Montgomery. Thank you.
Sierra? Sierra, it's Sabrina Hughes. Oh, yes, Sabrina. You'll never believe this. I'm in Montega. What? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. You'll have to speak up. I'm using a rather primitive... it's a field phone. What? Duncan? What's he doing here? Hello, Duncan.
Sabrina, thank God it's you. Are you all right?
Well, of course I'm all right. How are you?
Sabrina, I have something to tell you. This may come as a shock to you, but your father is in the hospital in Oakdale. He was shot yesterday.
What? He was shot? Well, by who?
It was Tonio, Sabrina.
What are you trying to say to me?
It's just another one of your vicious lies about Tonio.
I'm very sorry, but it's the truth. Tonio shot your father, and he's in critical condition and fighting for his life.
Oh, my God. I can't believe what you're telling me. Is he all... Hello? Hello? I can't hear you. Hello? Oh, Lord.
Sabrina, what's wrong? Who are you talking to?
You told me there was no phone here.
Well, obviously Carlos got one since I was last here. Were you able to reach your family on that?
No?
Who are you talking to?
Sierra.
Sierra. Is she all right?
And then Duncan got on the line.
Duncan, what's he doing here?
He said you shot my father.
What?
He said my father's in critical condition and that you're responsible. Is that true?
Sabrina, you don't actually believe that I would shoot your
Is it true?
No, of course it's not true.
Well, why would Duncan make up something like that?
I don't know. Duncan's made up a lot of things about me. You saw the way he behaved in my office that day. Sabrina, you don't actually believe I would be capable of something so hideous, do you?
I don't want to believe it.
Look. It's not true. Duncan made this up. He made this up, Sabrina. I don't know why, but I intend to find out, and I'll make him pay for upsetting you like this. Is he calling back?
No. I wasn't able to tell him where we are.
All right. Then we'll go straight to Sierra's plantation, and we'll confront him face to face, all right? All right?
My father!
Sabrina, your father is all right. He's all right. I promise you. Everything will be all right.
It's an emergency. Emergency. Look, I thought you said you spoke English. Habla anglais? Duncan, forget about trying to trace that call. This phone system's on par with a string in a tin can.
Well, don't bother. Hang up. I just talked to Sierra. She thinks she knows where Sabrina might have called from.
Where?
It's a place near Tonio's family plantation. It's owned by a friend of his named Carlos Montez. Apparently, it's like a big hacienda with some cottages out back, and Sierra remembers that they had an old field phone. She gave me directions. If Sabrina has confronted Tonio with what I just told her about her father, we don't have a minute to spare.
So, you can see Barkley anytime this morning.
Stephen and I are going there straight from here. We'll take you.
Oh, no, that's okay. I think I'll drive Angel over myself.
That really would be the best thing.
But there's... All right, then. We'll see you over there.
I can't believe it. I stood up to them. I really did.
Yes, I'm very proud of you.
Did they tell you?
Yes, and you'll never believe it, Barkley is in Matt's hospital.
Are you serious?
Who is Matt? Matt is a very good friend of mine, and we can see Barkley anytime this morning.
With Matt's help, I'm sure that we'll get Barkley to testify.
Hello, Barkley. How are you feeling?
I'm peachy. Thanks.
Ivy Snyder called. She's driving your sister down here in a little while. Angel would like to talk to you if you feel up to it.
I'm sorry, but it's true. Tonio shot your father. Your father. Your father. Your father. Your father. Your father.
You don't actually believe I could be capable of something so hideous. Sabrina, I swear, Duncan made the whole thing up.
He must have.
I see the doubt in your eyes. That hurts me more than anything.
We really must go.
I need to speak with Carlos first. We need to borrow his Jeep.
Well, why? We have the rented car.
Yes, but the roads to Sierra's plantation are much worse than the roads here. It will be much safer in the Jeep. Why don't you wash your face and then we'll go. Sabrina, I'm going to speak with Carlos. I'll meet you in the driveway.
I don't want to interrupt, so would you say goodbye to Kim and the others for me? And if I hear from Duncan, I'll let you know.
So, the reason you lowered Bob's head like that was to let the blood flow back to the brain?
Yeah, that's right. His blood pressure dropped because his fluid level was so low. That can happen after a traumatic wound coupled with surgery.
What, do you think that could happen again?
No, I don't believe so. I don't think so. We've increased the IV drip. He's taking antibiotics to fight off any kind of infection. He's resting now, which is the best thing for him at this particular time. I have other patients, but they'll page me if anything happens, and I'll let you know, all right?
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Be well.
I will. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Well, I guess if Daddy's going to be sleeping for a while, maybe we should all go downstairs and get a little breakfast.
What to do that? Yes, let's do it.
Margot, did you have a chance to call Tom at the office to tell him about the scare we had with Bob?
Yeah, well, I tried, but he'd already left for the courthouse, so, I don't know, Bob was already out of danger at that point. I figured, why leave a message? I'll tell him when I go to the courthouse later.
I honestly feel in my heart that Caleb is innocent.
I know. So do I, Lisa. But at this point, Jessica just doesn't have the witnesses to prove it.
So I haven't seen you around in a while.
It has been a while.
Yeah, you've been busy?
Very busy.
Excuse me? Yes. If we had known you were a friend of the Snyders, we would never have checked our brother into your house.
Acute anxiety, etc. But he has a very positive attitude. He told me that he's aware of his problem, that he's willing to do everything necessary to kick his addiction. So I would ask that you just visit him 1 or 2 at a time. Any more than that, he may feel overwhelmed.
Well, I'd like to see him first, if I may.
I'll come with you.
No, I'd rather see him alone.
Angel, when you go in there, be sure to impress upon
She doesn't
Martha
need any coaching from you, Holden.
I'll be just fine, really.
Angel.
We'll wait for you out here.
Barkley.
Hey, wait. Take it easy. Not so quick. Are you all right? All right. Listen, I'll be outside if you need me.
Thank you. Oh, Barkley.
I was so worried about you. I'm so happy to see that you're safe.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to frighten you. Oh, honey.
Looks like our brothers finally succeeded in what dear old Dad's been threatening for quite some time.
I know Stephen and Jay may not have had your best interests at heart, but this is going to be a positive thing in the long run if you can just stick with it for the first few days.
I'm trying. You can't believe how hard I'm trying. I'd kill for a tumbler of vodka right now.
I know, it must be just awful, but please, please don't give up. One of us has got to make it through this in one piece.
We both can. Please. Let Holden and Iva get you the help that you need. Please.
Oh, Holden.
Hey,
Hi.
Jess.
Thanks for calling. How's Barkley doing?
Well,
Dr. Matthews.
in there, but now...
That woman is Caleb Snyder's lawyer.
Yes, I know who she is.
Well, I don't want her anywhere near my brother. Got it?
Dr. Matthews?
Hello,
Hi, nice to see you again. I was hoping I could talk to Barkley.
No way, lady. You don't go near my brother.
Mr. Lang, let me make this very clear. You don't give orders here. This is my hospital. Your brother's under my care. He's not a minor. He can choose his own visitors. I'll ask Barkley if he'd like to see you.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Barkley, Jessica Griffin is here, and she would like to see you at some point.
You might as well send her in now.
All right. Jessica?
Hello, Angel.
Jessica.
Hello, Barkley. Thank you for agreeing to see me.
I understand you stopped by the hotel and we talked a little bit. I guess I was so out of it, I just don't remember. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. It's all right. Listen, I really respect you for being here and for seeking professional help for your problem. I guess you know that Caleb Snyder's trial is already underway. Well, Angel told me last night that she felt emotionally unable to take the stand, which means it's more important than ever that you testify on Caleb's behalf.
Don't know that I can, Miss Griffin. I honestly just don't know.
He's about the same, but he's stable. He's resting quietly.
Good. I'm gonna go up there since everybody else is down here. Thanks.
Okay. Operator says it's long distance for you.
Thanks. Hello? Sierra? Oh, boy. I don't know if that's good news or bad. No, of course you're right to call. In fact, Mom's here. I'm sure she'll want to know. Yeah, well, he's stabilized, but he's still on the critical list. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much for calling. All right. Bye-bye. Mom, that was Sierra. She said that Sabrina called earlier this morning. Duncan was there. He was able to tell her that Dad was shot by Tonio.
Oh, my God. Did she tell Duncan where she is?
No, they were cut off before she got a chance. She did say that she felt like she knew where Sabrina was calling from. Duncan and Sawyer are on their way there now.
What if Sabrina confronts Tonio with the truth? What do you think he'll do?
Oh, Mom.
Oh, God.
You are leaving so soon.
Yes, Carlos, I'm sorry. I need you to do me a couple of favors. First of all, I need you to get this letter to Ramon Avilla at his office at the airport.
But you said Senor Ramon was in the hospital.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry that's not true. I had to lie to you, but it's for a very good reason. I also need to borrow your Jeep.
See, of course. What's mine is yours.
Thank you. You're a good friend and a good patriot. The last thing is we have to leave her rather quickly.
Such fear in your eyes as I see right now.
Carlos, it's my enemies. They know I'm here. They've put a bounty on my head. I'm not afraid for myself, but I'm afraid for Sabrina. I love her and I must protect her. That's why it is imperative that you get this letter to Ramon. He's the only one that can help me.
I will take care of it for you. And I will pray for you.
Thank you.
There you are.
Okay, we're all set. Thank you, Carlos.
It has been a privilege. I wish you a safe journey.
Horrible situation.
Any change?
No. BP and vital signs are good.
Susan.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wake you.
Oh, it's okay. Just dozing. You look tired.
Well, you don't look so hot yourself. I got the call last night. I heard it come into ER, and I just had to stick around, so I'm a little short on sleep.
When you were in my office, was it yesterday? Before I raced out, you said something important.
you wanted to tell me.
It wasn't important.
¡Qué precioso!
La verdad que sí.
Oh, I pray Senor Reyes and his friend will be okay.
Hello? Anybody here?
The men who are after Senor Reyes. Quick, hide that. And not a word.
Senor Montez? My name is Duncan McKechnie. This is Sawyer. We're good friends of Sierra Esteban Montgomery's. She told us we might be able to find Tonio Reyes here.
Senor Reyes?
You do know who he is, don't you?
See? See? He is a fine man. A great hero of the First Revolution. His family's plantation is just a few miles down the road. But he left Montega many years ago, and I have not seen him since.
Well, he may be a great hero in your country, Senor Montez, but in the United States, he's wanted for many criminal acts, including attempted murder.
This isn't the road back to Cartagena.
It's a shortcut. Just hold on.
You never had any intention of driving back to Cartagena to face Duncan's charges, did you? Did you?
Sabrina!
Damn you! Damn you!
Sabrina! Unless you want to get us both killed, just shut up and hold on.
I'd rather be dead than think that the man that I love tried to kill my father. I tried so hard not to believe any of the stories anyone told me, but I've got to believe them now, haven't I? Oh, you can let go of me now. There's nowhere for me to go. Is there? You've seen to that.